Hello, this is video number 12, and we'll talk about the data validation, and we will use it in this row too. So let's go to the data validation place where, let's see here, let's go to the sales data. No, let's go to the subtotals or something have vehicles. Yeah, we'll choose this one. So at first we need to know what's the reason from data validation. The data validation is when you go into survey or something like that, and you want something arranged and according to certain entries you have set. Then you have to use a data validation. So in this case, let's say for like I want to make a survey only for this kind of cars. So when you enter a car that we don't have is like Porsche, here we can enter it with no issue. We want to show an error message, or we make a list for the data that the only data that we want you to choose from, or just setting a list, which call it a data validation. Okay, so here we go on data tab and data tools. We need to look for data validation. Data validation. Data validation is, this is how we will use it. I will select the range to Control Z. That was copying. So I want to select it from here, Control Shift until here. Okay. From Chevy to B32. Okay, now we go to data validation. Now it will ask you for what to allow in these cells. You don't want to allow any value. You want to set certain values, which is here I will make a list of the cars that I want to choose from. So I will choose the Chevy, comma, space Ford, space, comma and space, and Dodge, and Pontiac, and that's it for now. I'll leave Oldsmobile and Chrysler. Okay, now when we come here we'll see, let's zoom it. When we come here to choose, we'll see only these four kind of cars. This used to be Chevy. This used to be Chevy too. Now when I enter a different entry, say Ford, it will show me an error message. This value doesn't match the data validation restrictions defined for this cell. you can choose only from the list here. You can make a list and choose from it. When you come here, you can enter whatever you want because this is not selected. Let's say here, charger. The name, you can pick the name, but you can choose the cars, the kind of cars. The data validation error here that I have because I entered a small letter, which should be a capital letter in the first of the name. So we can just ignore the errors for now. Now, if someone will read this, let's say someone entered Toyota. This value doesn't match the data validation restriction defined for this cell. Oh, what is that? I don't know what is that. Just retry. Cancel. They might not know what is that and why is that. So you can customize it from here. You go to the data validation, go to error alert. This is the default. Can edit the default. Title is error selection. Or selection error. Now the error message, please select only from the drop-down menu. And the style is, I'll make it stop. Okay. Now, when I enter the Toyota, we select only from the drop-down menu. We could change it. We could change it now. So now you can choose only from here. Now to see what errors that we have made or we had over here, we can circle invalid data. It will show all of them because the data selection I made is not the right one. I'll correct them now. Clear validation circles and come back here. I'll go to the setting, go to list, I'll go back to the list and I'll correct them to Chevy, Ford, and Dodge, Pontiac, and that's it. Now we only have these two errors. I will change it so we have see the error is gone now. The Dodge is wrong, should be back now. Now when you circle the errors, only circle Chrysler and Oldsmobile. The make, because we selected it, it should match the name of the cars. But I shouldn't select the make too. Anyway, now if we want to go back to this function, we can apply it here too. Let's say there's rent and advertising and supplies contractors, consultants. Now we want to make data validation. We'll select category, control, select them all, select two, data validation. Now choose from a list. The list, ignore blank and cell drop down. Okay, now we choose from here. Now these cells only. Okay, error message is I'll keep it default. Okay, now when I go here I can look for supplies. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't change the category. I should just change those for the data validation, and the setting only a list. Now for the source, I'll take these cells. Okay, you can see them changing here. Contractors are not spelled the same as contractors. It's not spelled the same as here, so I'll just make them capital letters. Supplies, advertising, and rent. I'll select this, go back to the validation, go back to the list. Here I'll just change them. Okay, supplies is changing, consultants is changing. Now if we go back to the contractors, what's the wrong I have here? Let's see what's the wrong. From F1, I12 to I13, which is this cell. I12 to I13, this is I12, this is I13. Divide by 0 error. Help on this error, show calculation steps. Ignore error. Advertising, rent, let's go on now. There are some errors here, which honestly I don't know what's the error, but it should work normally. You can see here some of them advertising, it's even spelled correctly, the same. Yeah, there's some error. If you have this error, you can choose from here. You can do the data validation, and for the source you can pick it from here. Advertising, rent. Now you don't want to pick up rent twice. Set software, clerical, telemarketing. You may not use reference operators such as unions, intersection, and range, or array constants for data validation criteria. Now it shows all this. Shouldn't have any errors anymore. Now let's go to data validation here, and we need to pick a list only. We can do it from here too. And I would say this way is a lot easier to mark from this list, and that's it. And we talked about how to set an error message and how to circle the errors, the invalidated data, the invalid data. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. Please subscribe for the channel and have a nice day. See you on video number 13.